Hi church, Brian Wiley here. I'm in front of our lovely church building to talk about restarting in-person worship and ministry at Trinity Covenant Church. We're not calling this restarting the church because the church has been going all during this season. Jesus said that whenever 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, I am in the midst of them. And that has been true. So whether we're meeting by Zoom or live stream, or you're calling another friend, that's the church. But it's not the same, and we know that. So we've started a restart team to work towards restarting in-person ministry. It's composed of our pastors, our key leaders, and John Valentine, our facilities chair. The team is working through 6 major areas: planning and health issues, the building interior, the building exterior, service details, how do we keep everybody connected from our youngest members all the way to our oldest members, and communications. So there's a ton of details to work through, and if you're interested in being on one of these teams, we would love to have you be part of that. If you want to become part of one of these teams, either get in contact with me or send an email to restart@trinitycovenantchurch.org. That's a dedicated account that we have for working through this process, and we'd love to have you. The team is working through 6 guiding principles as we go through this process. Number 1, we're going to pay close attention to the guidance from our East Coast Conference. The conference has gathered a wealth of information, and they're actually providing training to us on how to relaunch well. And so we're going to pay close attention to what they have to say. Second, we intend to live within the state and local guidelines for worship gatherings, for children activities, youth activities, cleaning and sanitation, and so on. We believe this is the right thing to do to keep our people safe and also to be a good community member. Third, we're going to use a phased approach like a lot of businesses and organizations are as we work back towards normal. This is probably going to start with just worship services first, and then we'll gradually add more in-person ministries. So there'll be more to come on that. Fourth, we're going to look at all of these different ways to engage that we've come up with over the last 8 weeks, like live stream service and online devotionals. We might keep some of those going. We've actually brought new people into Trinity Covenant Church who found us through these online ways, and so that's pretty awesome. We're going to keep doing that. Number 5, we're going to communicate frequently. This is just the first of a bunch of updates that you're going to be seeing as we move forward through this process so that you know what's going on. And finally, we're all still learning about this virus and about how it behaves. So we're going to need to be flexible. We may have to make plans, we may have to change them, but we'll keep you in the loop as we go. So I want to talk for just a minute about what it's going to look like when we do get back to in-person worship. The key message here is it's going to be different, and maybe in some pretty big ways, at least for a little while. You know, I think about this in terms of going to the grocery store. Think about what it's like right now. We all have to wear masks. There's specific doors for going in and going out. We all have to stay socially distant. There's occupancy limits. Church is going to look like that, at least at first. And you know, there's debates going on about congregational singing, about how do we do communion, and other topics, and I don't know where those are going to come out yet. But we're going to work with our conference and the experts, and we're going to do this in the right way so that we do it well and we do it safely. Look, I can't wait to pack the sanctuary full of people, and to sing in a choir, and to have communion, and to hug people. For normal, we are going to get there. But it's going to take a little time. So we'll go through this together. So the question everybody wants the answer to is, when are we going to start up in-person worship again? And the answer is, we don't know yet. It depends on the reopening guidelines from the authorities and how long it's going to take us to implement those so that we can use the building safely and responsibly. But we're going to start just as soon as we possibly can. You know, I think it's safe to assume that we'll continue to meet via live stream through the end of June, and then we'll have to see where the guidance is at and go from there. But we will keep you up to speed on what's happening. In the meantime, keep tuning into the live stream service. Keep meeting with each other via Zoom. Keep making phone calls and reaching out to one another. And please pray for our pastors and our leaders so that we can make wise decisions. It really makes a difference. Here's the final thought I'd like to give you. You know, the church has changed how it lives out the Great Commission many times since Jesus gave it 2,000 years ago. Services have changed, ministry has changed, but the church has always moved forward, and we will continue to move forward as we go through this. And my prayer and our belief as a team is that the Holy Spirit will guide us as a church so that we continue to bring the kingdom to the community around us. I want to encourage you all to provide input to this team. Join a sub-team. If you find something that someone else is doing that's great, send it to our inbox at restart@trinitycovenantchurch.org. Thank you for all the ways during this unusual time that you are living out our church vision of pursuing God and his passion for people. I can't wait to see you all in person soon.